Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had a bit of a false start tonight. I'm having some real issues with internet NBN, but hopefully we're back up and live again now. We seem to have dropped out for a little while there, but we're back. Boys are into their qualifying session now. We're at Canadian Motorsport Park tonight for 3 15 lap races. It wasn't originally on our format, but with the pits layout at this particular track, we made the call that they'll just be 15 lap sprint races effectively. The guys racing in their 3 separate groups. As you can see, we've got about a minute and a half of qualifying to go. In Group A, it's Jack Boyd with a 122.5 up the front. Jason Locke with a 123.1 is leading Group B, and Matt Tesserero is currently leading Group C with a 23.7. So they're pretty close lap times right across the board. I'm now, just as I say that, YouTube is sending me horrible messages again, so hopefully we can hang in for the night. Estamo. Yeah, I can disconnect and go to my backup, but I have to disconnect everything. Is it buffering bad? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to disconnect and set up a new internet connection, and I will be back shortly, hopefully before race 1, boys. So let's. I'll get stuck into it now. Thanks, Damo. Unfortunately, we had a few head issues. I've gone to my backup. We're back just in time for the race to start. This is race 1, so hopefully we get much of the action. Jack Boyd jumps to the lead. Sam Muir currently in second. Hobbo holding down third with Lee Harrison just behind Hobbo. Make their way on the opening lap. Apologies for the false start. I think we've got it covered now. As you can see, the boys making their way through Moscow. Looks like we've got somebody was off there and a bit of a late starter, but meanwhile, back up the front, Jack's jumped to over a second lead now. Hobbo managed to grab second. Lee Harrison third. Trent Laves up fourth. Trent's one of our new boys, joining us for the first time tonight. Into a baptism of fire at this track, no doubt, but hopefully he has a good night. They make their way down the hill for the start of lap 2. Jack's got a bit of a lead there. Oh, we've got a spinner. Everyone manages to. I think that's Darren Linus that's spun there. We're waiting for the rest of the field to get through. Massive field of cars tonight, so that'll put Darren well back. But he's got 2 more races to make up some positions. Meanwhile, up the front, Jack's got about just over a second lead now on Hobbo. we look at the groups. We can also have a look at the leaders of each group, which is obviously Jack Boyd, Mick Polly currently leading in Group B, and Matt Tesoriero in Group C. So as we start lap 3, it doesn't take long to do a lap here. Set the quickest time in Group A at least. That's slightly bettered by Mick Polly. Looks like Mick's having a good run. Meanwhile, there's another one about Matt King in the Beamer. Out having a run tonight. He's got Ron Medina just behind him. Some really nice deliveries getting out and about on track now. It's great to see the boys getting the crayons out. Tight little battle pack here. We've got I think that's Dean Logsdale in amongst with Jason Locke just ahead of Dean. So they're fighting for position. Group B at the moment. They're currently running second and third outline in Group B. Looks like Dean's keen to get a move done, but decides to thinks better of it. Meanwhile, back up the front, Hobbo's not really making a lot of inroads into that gap on young Jack at the moment as we start lap 4. Still got a bit of time up his sleeve to be able to do that. Looks like oh, that's Damien Seeger. We just caught the end of that one. That's massive. Not sure what transpired there, but that's certainly a big one. Saw Damo tumbling down the pack. Looks like he's made contact with someone. Looks like Daniel Gomes has had an off somewhere as well. One of our Group B, all big hit into the fence. Just managed to gather it back up without causing too many issues. Meanwhile, Hobbo managed to grab a couple of tenths that lap back on Jack. Still just over a second behind. Lee Harrison currently in third, Trent Laves fourth, then it's Henry Fenson. Loshi is back in sixth spot. He's got Neville Mell, Oz Moroz, Aaron Oliver, all close behind. If we can pick up on our Group B leader, who's in this pack of cars somewhere. There he is, in the Merc. That's Mick Polly. Got a fair bit of traffic around him. Sort of mixed in with a few of the Group A boys there. But it doesn't appear to be slowing down from Group A, which is good to see. Looks like we've got another crash further back again. This time it looks like Aaron Maguire into the final turn. Oh, somebody one in front there. Oh, that's That's big. That final corner is always difficult. If somebody spins, they hit the inside pit wall. That always bounce back onto the track. There's nowhere else that they can really go. So that's just unfortunate. Hopefully the boys will be back for race 2 and 3. Meanwhile, Jack Boyd's still got a reasonable gap, just over a second, back to Hobbo. He's got Lee, Harrison and Trent Laves for company. Henry's dropped off a little bit off the back. Go down and see if we can find our Group C leader at the moment, which is Matt Tesserero. Where is Matt? There's Matt just coming over the line. Start lap 7. It's got a couple of the Group B boys directly behind him. I think in fact that's Jesse Carrick and Keith Logan. Anthony Connors, he's got, who's Anthony got? Oh, Jeff Connor, one of the new boys. There's battles going on everywhere here tonight. This track is, it's a great little track, but with so many cars, people just, yeah, they need to exercise caution and patience, which is never easy to do on the sim, I can assure you. Meanwhile, back up at the front, the gap. I think the boys up the front are now starting to come across some of the slower lap traffic, which is again not going to be easy on this track. Hopefully everybody does the right thing and moves aside. I'll jump on board with Lee Harrison as he hunts down Hobbo all through the moss curves. Coming through to complete lap 8 now, about half race distant. Take a look at the field coming through from curb cam on the final. Jack Boyd's managed to take that gap out a little further. He's about 1.5 seconds. There is inverted grids for race 2 and 3, so Jack will have his work cut out for him if he manages to hold on. He won't get to start off pole for the next race. Meanwhile, having a look at Dan Latouche and Porsche. He's one of our Group E boys, currently in 4th down in Group B. Doesn't look like any of our leaders have changed.
Thank you.
So like with one of our new boys. Oh, been another bit of a dust up here. Oh, lost the rear wheel. That's Jeff Connell that's lost the rear wheel. Merc, which has fired him to the fence there. So we're about 2/3 of the race distance now, lap 10, just starting lap 10. And young Jack's managed to get that gap out even further. Well, this is Matt Macarius on the Group C board in the McLaren. Managed to avoid a lot of the carnage. But the race has actually settled down a little bit now, which is surprising. Well, Matt Keane and Rod Urbina are still going at it hard in the two BMWs. Oh, Rob tries. Oh, never going to work. A very ambitious move, trying to get through on the inside there. It's not really a passing spot, and it looks like Rod's suffered a bit of steering damage there. Might need to get that back to the pits and get it sorted for race 2. The car's got a fair bit of front end damage. Meanwhile, Ray Harrison and John Thorne. Rory Ring is in there as well. Give our Group B, Group C competitors, mixing it up on the track. Back to Bard Rodkin, one of our Group C competitors. Got Grant Langdon behind him, and then the Big G, Graham Ellis. Might jump on board with Big G. Make their way through the moss curves. Looks like somebody's rubbed the sticker off the back of Grant's car there. Hope he's send them a bill. I say rubbing's racing, but when you take the stickers off, it's getting a bit close for comfort. Oh, meanwhile, what's happened up the front? We have lost Nick Polly. Wonder what happened there. Just having a look, just if I can pick up what's oh, looks like Mick's had it coming together with another car there while he was leading Group B. That now puts Dean Logsdale out in front with a 2-second lead, currently over Jason Locke with Dan Bartouche holding down third. Dave Goggles having a great run. He's up in fourth. Cover shot Merc there. It's a great effort from Dave. But Keithy Logan hanging around behind him. There's Keithy. Couple of laps to go now, so suppose now's the time to make the moves if you're going to get it done. Ahead Head towards the moss curves. Oh, Dave's run it wide. Seem to be putting the mockers on everything tonight. Maybe I should quit while I'm ahead. I feel these boys are going to be happy with me after tonight. Oh, too wide through there. A scary process, but they managed to get it done. Meanwhile, Rod Urbina has continued on. Dave's recovered from his little off and is back up and running, but he's dropped a few spots now. Meanwhile, where's one of our... This is Jake Jackson. He's currently running 8th in Group E. Had a really solid run last week's round, but got a bit of work to do tonight. Oh, that's close. Manages to come out the other side. Meanwhile, back up the front, Jack has well and truly jumped the field. He's about 3 seconds ahead now. Back to Hobbo, who's got a bit of a front train. He's got Lee and Trent. They's both. Oh, Hobbo, a lot of curb. Oh, Lee, very untidy out of that corner. That's incentivized Trent to have a look, but not really too many passing opportunities there. I think Hobbo would be more than happy to see Trent on the back of Lee. If Trent can keep Lee busy, that means Hobbo may just have the goods to hold on to second. Meanwhile, this battle has allowed Jack to well and truly get away. Jack's now 3.5 seconds. He's coming up on, I think that's PJ Whiteman, the Napa Porsche. He's staying well out of the way. Jack's just making his way through the final few corners.
Sorry for those rounds.
Checkered flags out. Jack Boyd takes the win. Looks like, oh, Hobbo's got second. Lee's held on for third. Trent Laves, great job. Done home fourth, and it's Henry Fenson. Loshi, very consistent. Neville Mell, oh, that was Moz getting it all soft. The final turn there, but managed to hold on to it. So Glenn Boyd. The rest of the field make their way.
Sorry, Cody, I had no idea you were an 8, man. Absolutely no way. It's fun passing. I just up in the bench,
Like majority of the field have made it across. We've got
that makes sense. Yeah, that was good.
a few guys don't look like they made it. Oh, that was Dave Mule towards the end there. Not sure what's happened there. They'll be gritting up very shortly for race 2.
Come past me. Apologies to those that were around me.
It's hectic tonight. I apologise for everything being a little bit all over the place. but I'm just excited that we managed to get a broadcast up after the NBN decided that it just wasn't going to play right as
Yeah,
we
look,
commenced
okay,
the
mate.
broadcast. So a big thank you to all the NBN people out there. You would think in this day and age they'd be able to get things like that sorted, but unfortunately not. All right, let's have a quick look and see if we can get some results up from race one. So we can see it's Jack Boyd from Hobbo, Lee Harrison, Trent Laves, Henry Fenson, Neville Mill, Wayne Losh, Aaron Oliver. Matt Keane did well, got home in 10th. Then it was Glenn Boyd, Kyle Ridley, Cody Harrison,
Keep an eye on the tags that are on
Rod
cars behind
Urbina,
you.
David Milne, home in 16th,
the car catches
Damien
us in 3
Seeger in
seconds, and
17th,
once you get past,
and Matt
give them a
Petrazak
courtesy. Don't
in
shut doors on them.
18th.
Don't not open up.
I won't
Let 'em pass
I
with a
won't bother
penalty,
going through the
believe
whole
me.
field because we just
It's just
won't
going to make
have
everybody a
time.
little less frustrated. Cheers, boys.
Yeah, Damon,
It's
very hard to tell.
it's such a big field
You
tonight.
work it out, Jake. You work it out, mate.
It's alright, we all knew God just then.
Boys
Hey,
are
work
just
it out, take a look
getting
around
ready.
the cars around
I
you,
think
man. Have a look at the decals and
I
yeah.
think Damo
If
was
you could make it equal, we could, but we just
reading the
can't at
riot
moment,
act to a
so,
few boys. It looked
best
like
we
there
can
was
do,
a
man,
little bit
is
of
work
carnage
with
in
it
that
and
race,
work it
so
out. Right.
I'm sure our race control boys will sort out what they can tonight, and then the stewards will certainly be taking a look at anything that gets ordered after tonight. But hopefully the boys can all jump in and have a real race too. Just out on their pace lap. So with the inverted grid, it's going to be Aaron Oliver starting off of. Have a look and see if we can. Quickly grab the grid. So it's Aaron Oliver off of pole. Wayne Losh out of 2. 3. Henry Fenson out of 4. Trent Laves out of 5. Lee Harrison out of 6. Brenton Hobson out of 7. Jack Boyd out of Mosmoroz 9, then Matt Keane out of 10, and then the first of our Group B boys, Dean Loxdale in 11, Jason Locke in 12th. The field's just making their way around behind the pace car. Hopefully everybody's had a minute or two to take a deep breath.
Right, boys, let's start the bunch up now. And,
Damo's just giving them instructions to bunch up and tighten up the field. And we don't get too spread out. People getting a jump at the start. That's the last thing that we want to see, is people getting a runner. Making their way through turn 9 behind the safety car. Safety car's off. They make their way around the final turn. Ready for the green flag. And there it is. And they're off. Looks like Aaron Oliver got the jump this time round. Got Loshy in second. Looks like Neville Mills decided to drop it behind Henry, who's grabbed the spot now up in third. Making their way towards the moss curves. Should see him come through short. The field makes their way through. Oh, we've got, who was that in the background? Lee Harrison. Looks like there's a bit of carnage further back. Not sure what happened there, but we can go back and have a look and see. Was back. Oh, he's. So Lee's landed in the middle of the track, and he's tried to reverse. Yeah, that's not good. I understand now why Damo was asking people to hold their brakes. So the minute you start moving, people start diving left and right, and yeah, it's never good. Meanwhile, back at the front, it's Aaron Oliver. Still leading from Loshi, currently in second. Henry Fenson's in third. Neville Mel fourth now. Jack Boyd's made his way up into fifth spot. Then it's Motorsport, Matt King seventh. Cody Harrison in eighth. Glenn Boyd in ninth, and Kyle Ridley in 10th. It's Dean Logsdale leading Group B, and Matt Tesserero leading Group C. Blue is for our Group A driver. Group B is the red, and Group C is the green. Aaron's managed to get a little bit of a gap at the front. Meanwhile, it's Jack Boyd with the fastest time. I've got a car leaving the pits there. That's Trent Laves, I think, that's just leaving the pits in front of Aaron. Should be enough to perhaps save himself from going a lap down. Go back and have a look at the Group B boys, which is Dean Logsdale. He's got a bit of a gap over Anthony Connors, who is currently up in 8th overall. I think after that earlier kerfuffle on that run, gained a few spots. Jason Locke is currently 3rd in Group B. He's got Jake Jackson directly behind. Jump on board with Jake. Matt Tesserero currently leading Group C. He's got John Thorne in 2nd, holding down 2nd in Group C at the moment. Michael Nancaro doing a big bit, currently up in 3rd. Meanwhile, back up the front, Aaron Oliver now nearly a second up on Loshi, still holding down 2nd. We're on lap 4 of 15. Jack Boyd's making his way through the field slowly. He's just got through Neville Mel. Lost quite a few of the Group A boys in that kerfuffle. The Harrison's currently down in 29th. Motorsport down in 33rd. Damien Sig, he's managed to make his way back up to where is Damien? Currently 11th in class. He's battling with that's Shannon Curry directly in front, so hopefully Shannon will let him through when he gets the opportunity. Meanwhile, Jack Boyd is looking very menacing. Reins up on the back of Loshi now. He's managed to find his way up into 3rd spot. On board with Andrew Roberts, who currently down in 39. Back up the front with Loshi. Jack Boyd is looking very menacing now. Loshi takes a lot of curve through that Moss curve complex. Looks like Jack's got a bit of a run. Will he have the speed at the end of the straight? Rides better of it. It looks like the pair of them now. Well, she runs it a little bit wide. Bit of a defensive line, but that's fine. They're both closing up on the back of young Aaron. It's getting a bit feisty up the front. I think Jack's finding himself under a little bit of pressure from behind, but trying to get through Loshi in the fairest possible way. Takes a look, but thinks better of it. At the halfway mark of race 2. These cars are fairly evenly matched down this back straight, so unless you get a real run out of the Moss curves, very difficult to draft and overtake. And Neville Mill now has moved right up onto the back of young Jack Boyd. Each driver is classes at the moment. So it's Dean Longsdale still out in front in Group B. From Andy Connors, Keith Logan's now moved up into 3rd, Jason Block 4th, then it's Jake Jackson, Ray Harrison, Mick Polly, Dave Gogol, Jesse Carrick and Dave Linus is your top 10. And if we go to Group C, it's Matt Tesserello, John Thorne, Mick Nancaro, Shannon Curry, Bill Paradiso, Ash Stacey, Bard Rodkin, PJ Whiteman, Aaron Maguire and Grant Langdon round out the 10. Meanwhile, back up the front, Jack Boyd's now made his way through into second. It looks like Neville Mell is made a move on Loshi. Moves himself up into third. Not sure why groups even on to the top now, but anyway. Where each driver in the group is overall.
What do you think? That's right, that's right.
Yeah, you're in white, I went
Bit of discussion back in the pack. Meanwhile, this is Dan Bartush. Looks like he's had an off at turn one, and hopefully everyone can avoid him. Backs it off the track safely. So now Jack has made his way to the front. Jack Boyd in front, Aaron Oliver in Neville Mell, currently third, looking to try and put a bit of pressure on Aaron. 2/3 race distance now on lap 10.
Go right, Miles, go right.
If we bring up a track map, you can see just how busy it is out there. Very hectic at the moment. Glenn has managed to find his way to the front again. Meanwhile, young Aaron and Neville fighting it out. Facings, Loshi dropped back a little bit in fourth, but still holding down that position. That earlier crash is certainly up the field, that's for sure. A few cars definitely out of position for this race. Darren Linus, where's Daz currently running? He's 14th, 24th, and 10th overall in class at the moment. Hasn't really been a great night for Darren, and last season overall champion. Jump up to the GT4s is obviously taking him a little while to adapt to. Meanwhile, Jack has managed to skip out a bit of a lead on that. Oh, we've got a... Just saw that in the background. I'm not sure what happened there. Look good. That's Loshi spinning. A weird place for that to happen, but he's avoided contact with everybody else, so managed to get it running up and running again. That now promotes Matt Keane up into fourth in the Beamer. Well, this is Matt Petrojak in the Mercedes, currently 15th. Ninth in Group A, having a consistent race, picking up some good points, staying out of trouble. Meanwhile, Kyle Ridley he's ninth. Outright and seventh. So he's got Keithy Logan just ahead of him. He's making his way past some of the Group B boys now on this lap. We're on laps 13 and 15. I think back up the front, young Jet Boyd's decided to split. He's got it's over a 2-second lead now on the rest of the boys. But Rod Albina looks like Rod's gone off at the final corner. He's just run wide. No harm, no foul. Continues on his way. Meanwhile, race director's back on the phone. Obviously, there's a fair bit going on tonight. Damo finds himself in the middle of a... So where is Damo? Oh, that was Matt Tesserero that's just let him through, letting Jesse... maybe letting Jesse through. This is... that's well done by Matt. Let some of these boys get through. I think Matt's got a fairly substantial gap back to John Thorne, currently in second in Group C, so he can afford to let a few of the guys slip on by. They can get on with their race, and he can just focus on bringing it home. Just over a lap to go. Meanwhile, Jack's doing what Jack does. Just coming up on the back of Andy Roberts, I think. Meanwhile, if we go back to young Aaron, Aaron's got Neville Mill. On the last lap, looks like Neville's keen to try and find a way through. Making their way up towards the curves for the last time. Jump on board with Nev as he tries to find a way past Aaron. Meanwhile, up the front, Jack's cruising for yet another victory. Quite a bit, makes it look easy, young Jack, but I can assure you it's not that easy, not with this many cars out on track. But, Jack's done well, takes the victory. Aaron Oliver, great drive, gets home in Neville Melholt third. Dean Logstar grabs B. Keithy Logan and Ant Connors. And in groups, it's Matt Tesserero. It's like he's going to bring it home for another victory over John Thorne. And Shannon Curry does a great job, gets home in third. All right, boys, have got a bit of a break now, so they can all go and cool down a little bit. So we give them a bit of a warm-up, and we might take a little bit of a break, and we will be back very shortly. Hey guys, welcome back. It's just over a minute to go. Sorry, just under a minute to go now for the warm-up session. Hopefully the boys have had a cool drink and managed to calm themselves down, get in a good final race. While the boys are getting themselves organised, we might have a quick look at the championship standings. So in Group A, Jack Boyd currently leads over Lee Harris and Henry Fenson doing a great job in third. Sam Muir, fourth. Kyle Ridley, Aaron Oliver, Wayne Losh. Rod Urbina, is in ninth, and Damien Seeger is currently in 10th. Over to Group B, and we can see that Andrew Pears, who's not racing tonight, was leading. Jake Jackson's currently second from Dean Logsdale. Dan Bartush and Scott Baker in fifth. Quick look at Group C. And it's Mitch McNaughton, who also unfortunately just missed by a couple of minutes getting in tonight. So unlucky for Mitch. Matt Tesserio's picking up some great points tonight. Graham Ellis third, but it looks like Graham has failed to compete in race 2, so that'll open the door for some of the other boys. All right, as they will hide that, we'll have a quick look at the grid for this race. Looks like like our SDK has decided that it's going to have a crash on me as well. So let's see if we can hide. It's not going to hide. Oh dear. Okay, we will quickly shut that down. And I tell you, when things go wrong, everything goes wrong. All right, so we open up SDK again. Hopefully it'll do the right thing by us now. No, of course not. So we will quickly do a reset. And hopefully we'll get this sorted. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, so we testing me out tonight. So on pole, it looks like it's going to be Henry. No, what's going on here? Here we go. Not sure what was going on there. I think Henry might be having. It's telling me that Henry should be on pole, but he's not there, so I'm not sure what's going on. We have a look at the. So it should be Matt Keane on pole, Neville Mell out of 2, Aaron Oliver out of 3, Jack Boyd 4th, and it's Dean Logsdale from the Group B boys up in 5th, and Glenn Boyd, Cody Harrison, followed by Kyle Ridley, Rod Urbina, and then it's Anthony Connors and Jake Jackson. Apologies for these crashes tonight. We do heaps of testing through the week, but doesn't look like testing means much come the actual night. Anyway, the boys are lining up and getting ready to go. I'm really not sure what's happening with Henry though. He's not showing up to jump on board with Matt. I think Henry is supposed to be alongside of Matt, but He's not showing up on our screen. He must be having internet issues. All right, about to go green, and they're off and running. It's telling me that Henry Fenson is still in the lead, but we can't see him, so I really can't confirm or deny that. I can tell you that Neville Mel is currently at the front of the cars that we can see, if that helps. We've got a crasher further back in the pack. It looks like Trent Laves has come unstuck. We'll go to one of the other cameras and see if that. No, it still can't pick up Henry. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Looks like Henry has disappeared off our screens. Apologies to Henry, but not much I can do. Meanwhile, it looks like the field have learnt their lessons from race 2, and it's a lot more subdued through the Moss curves for the first time. Well, go back and have a look and see what happened to Trent Laves. So this is through turn 1. Oh dear, he's been hit on the inside by, looks like Andrew Roberts has done the damage there. It's always hard. I'm not quite sure how you get around some of this, but I'm sure we will find a way. With such a big field, there's bound to be some incidents. Meanwhile, it's giving me Henry's lap times, but when there is Henry. It's telling me he's in first spot, but that's definitely not first. He's a long way back. So I'm not sure. He must, unless he's come out in front of the pace car somehow. I really really sure what's going on there. But anyway, I'm sure we'll see out after the race. We'll go with the fact that it looks like it's young Jack that's made his way to the front again. Meanwhile, back in the field, this is Hobbo, who has made his way up to 14th. Oh, we got a. Oh, Hobbo spun just as we've put the mockers on Hobbo as well. This is not a good night for putting the spotlight on people, unfortunately. Meanwhile, it's seem to have sorted everything out now. So it's Jack Boyd is currently leading from Neville Mill over Matt Keane. Aaron Oliver is currently in 4th, followed by Glenn Boyd, Cody Harrison, Rod Urbina, that's Lee Harrison, Matt Petrashik, sorry, and then Damo finds himself currently down in 10th in. I know he's moved up to 9th now. Meanwhile, back in Group B, Dean Logsdale is leading the Group B boys. Got Jake Jackson currently in 2nd. Is Jake about 1.8 seconds behind Dean at the moment. And it looks like Matt Tesserio is looking to do a clean sweep. He's currently in front of running the pack in front of the pack in Group C. You can see the the relative lap times up top there. We'll bring up the leaders for each group, so keep an eye on who's leading the group. And while this is Loshi finds himself down in 11th in Group A, 17th overall. Try and close down a few more spots over the remaining 11 laps. Oh, this is David Milne. He's 13th in Group A at the moment, as it stands. Bit of a battle there with Lee Harrison directly behind him. A couple of Group A cars fighting it out. Well, it looks like this is John Thorne. He was second in the group. Oh, he lost it coming into the final group of corners there. Got a bit of damage on the back of that Mercedes. I don't know if that played a part in it. He's recovered. Hopefully he's back up and running. Meanwhile, Darren Linus has run wide there through Moss curves. It looks like Lee Harrison, meanwhile, got through on David Milne. Grab that position back. Well, PJ Whiteman in the Napa Porsche. PJ is currently down in 34th spot. He's made up 5 spots in Group C. Currently 10th in that class. Having a pretty consistent, solid run tonight. Anyway, it looks like Neville Mell is finally found a bit more pace and is not letting Jack get away with this one. Still Matt Keane holding down third. He's got Glenn Boyd directly behind him and Aaron Oliver. Dean Logsdale still holding down first in Group B and said he's currently 6th outright. Looks like Dean might be looking for a promotion. Might be looking to go up a class. Meanwhile, we've got a crasher back in the pack. This is Graham Ellis. Through the Moss curves. Oh, he's just got it high up on the curb. And it's just to get it back off the track safely. This is a good little battle now. Porsche sandwiched between a couple of BMWs. Keithy Logan in Group B. Let's have a quick look and see if we can. Keithy is 9th currently in Group B. Got a bit of work to do. Fair way back off the leaders. Not sure if he run into a bit of trouble earlier in the race. Just looking at some of the boys that have made a huge jump. This is Jeff Connell. He's up 21 spots overall. Currently running second, Group C. Great effort. You can see Matt Tesorio just in the foreground going through turn one. So looks like Jeff's now jumped to the lead in Group C. So comes up on the back of Loshy, trying to make his way back through the field after that early incident. Meanwhile, Oz in the Penrite BMW. Moz has started doing his own liveries, doing a fantastic job as well. Beamer looks spectacular in the Penrite colours. If he can only get his teammate's livery looking that nice, they'll be well and truly hunting down the honours for best looking team. Meanwhile, his teammate is currently still in a battle. He's fifth on the track, but not that far behind. That's Matt Keane and Glenn Boyd just in front of him at the moment. Jump on board with young Aaron. Great little battle, this one. Lap 9. Oh, closes right up under brakes, but not really a passing opportunity through this part of the track. Looking to try and get a good run out of the moss curves there. See if he can do something at the end of the long straight. But as I said, the cars are pretty evenly matched now in top end speed. So it's really not a lot of advantage in drafting. Through final turn, start lap 10. Oh, up the front, Neville is holding on to Jack. The gap is still under a second. Well, it looks like we've had another incident further back. This is Loshy. Just runs it wide. Manages to tidy it up and get back on track. Back on board with Neville. Still chasing down young Jack. A slower car in front. Hopefully they get out of the way. Moves over, lets the 2 leaders through. Meanwhile, Glenn Boyd looking for a way through on Keane. Gets it done. That falls in behind. Glenn's on a bit of a roll tonight. Moves him up to 3rd spot. I wonder if Glenn's got anything left in the tank to chase down the 2 leaders. They're quite a way up the road now. They're about 6.5 seconds further up the road. So not sure that he'll be able to make that. But it'll be a great effort if he can hold on for 3rd from here. Meanwhile, they're getting past a slower car there. back with Jeff Connell, currently leading Group C. Uh, 12th outright at the moment, which is a big effort. Jeff's first night with us, maybe looking for a promotion before next week. We might slide him into one of the higher groups before the next round. We've certainly got the ability to be able to do that. Meanwhile, Dean Logsdale is another one that is having a really good race. He's just letting Cody Harrison by there. Cody's Group A racer, so there's no advantage in Dean getting in their way. Pretty certain that he'll do the same here when he gets the opportunity to let Rod through. So Rod Abina trying to make his way back through the field after that mishap in race 2. Of course, this is where it gets tricky for some of the Group B boys because he's got Rod behind him, and of course, the right thing to do is to let Rod through. But then, behind Rod is Jake Jackson, who is actually racing Dean for Group B honours. So that's where it makes life a little bit tricky. Meanwhile, back up the front, let's jump on board. So Neville's, the gap's stretched out now to around 1.5 seconds with just on 2 laps to go. But Neville's done a great job to stick with Jack this far. As we all know, Jack's a bit of a machine, so that's a great effort to hang in there. Got Glenn Boyd still in third with Matt King still within striking distance. Aaron Oliver's still there as well. Who's that lurking up on the back behind Aaron? It looks like it's Cody Harrison who's found a bit of speed for race 3 tonight. Back of the leading pack. Meanwhile, our race director and birthday boy from yesterday, the Damien Seeger. Oh dear. That's one very bent looking BMW. Not sure what, maybe that's Damo's new style. Not sure. Have to ask him after the race. Meanwhile, we got a few boys. It looks like Matt Tesserio been caught up in what's happening here. So that's Ray Harrison. Lost it and made a bit of contact there with Matt Tesserio. Oh, and it just goes on and on. Okay, we'll leave that one for the stewards. Back at the racing, Damo is continuing on with his air-cooled BMW. Many of you want to know what a BMW engine, a GT4 on iRacing is like? Here's your opportunity. I'm sure Damo checked the oil before the race. Not so sure about the fuel, but anyway, Damo is soldiering on with a rather damaged looking car, and we've coming through. Jack Boyd is now on his final lap. Got about over 1.5 second lead over Neville, so obviously Jack can afford to back it off a little bit. Got a bit of traffic to contend with, but nothing too much. Bard Rodkin in front. Group C boys. I'm sure Bard's been around long enough to know as he steps to the side. And meanwhile, Matt Keane, who was third. What's happened to Matt? He's come in hot, taken a lot of curb, and he's managed to hold on to it. But I think that's put it's put Aaron Oliver back up into fourth as they come to the line. Jack Boyd makes it 3 from 3. Neville Mell, great drive to grab second. Then it'll be Glenn Boyd in third, as SDK says had enough and doesn't want to play anymore. It's just been one of those nights. But we've survived. Boys just coming over the line to complete the race. So rest of the field makes their way through. Sounds like Damo's rounding up the troops. Send a few over for some commentary. Bit of a discussion going on after the race. We're just waiting for some results. So let's have a look and see if we can get some results up for Group A first of all. So we've got this is right. So we're having a wonderful night tonight. We'll try overall for the feature. Let's see if we go to Group A. So we've got Jack Boyd, Neville Mell, Ben Boyd, Aaron Oliver, Cody Harrison, Rod Urbina, Matt Keane home in 7th, Osmoroz in 8th, Matt Petrzik in 9th, Henry Fenson 10th, Lee Harrison 11th, Brenton Hobson home in 12th, then Loshi, Trent Laves, David Milne, Damien C, Kyle Ridley and Sam Muir rounding out Group A. In Group B, it was Jake Jackson home first. About 7/10 over Dean Logsdale. Jesse Carrig, great drive, gets home in third. Then Mick Polly, Dave Gogol, Ray Harrison, Roy Rigg, Keith Logan, Dan Batouche, Anthony Connors, Darren Linus a lap down, Jason Locke 2 laps down, and Daniel Gomes looks like he failed to start. Group C, it's Jeff Connell over Aaron Maguire, Michael Ancaro, Ash Stacey, Phil Paradiso, Shannon Curry, Adam St. John. Fantastic drive to gets home in 7th. Graham Ellis in 8th. Andrew Roberts in 9th. Matt Icarius in 10th. Followed by PJ Whiteman and then John Thorne, Glenn Hill, Matt Tesserio, a lap down, Bard Rodkin 2 laps down, and Grant Langdon looks like he failed to start. So there you go, boys. That's the results for individual group. And if we look at the overall, you'll see the Jack Boy 3 from 3 tonight. Neville Mell, great job in 2nd. Glenn Boyd home in 3rd. Aaron Oliver in 4th. And Cody Harrison 5th outright. All right, I can hear all the things. It looks like I'm being bombarded with people ready for interview. So I will. Wow, we've got a real room full tonight. All right, let's start with. Actually, I'll start with Jeff Connell. You there, Jeff? How did you find your first night out at the GT Rumble? It's called Rumble for a reason. Yeah, no, I think you might be facing a bit of a promotion after tonight. It's always hard with new guys. We don't know what class to put them in, but I'm sure that when I do the points this week, we can have a look at that, and you might find yourself promoted. But well done tonight, first time out. That was a great drive, so well done. Who else got in at the moment? So we've got Dean Logsdale. How'd you go tonight, Dino? You were sort of up around the front. You were holding, in the top 5, top 10. So it was a pretty good effort tonight. And Jake is with us. Jake Jackson. Another big effort tonight. Another good haul of points for Group B. Some good racing. Oh, hang on. I've just been told. There we go. Sorry, boys. We might have to start again because we are having a shocker tonight. Just so you boys know, because you probably haven't seen the stream yet, but just as we started the stream, our wonderful MBN here in Adelaide crashed on me. So I had to quickly find a backup, which we did, but it's all been pear-shaped downhill from there. So let's start again. So we'll start at the top this time. I'll start with Group A. So in third place in Group A was Lounsey himself, Glenn Boyd. Great drive there, Mr. Boyd.
Yeah, it was an interesting night. Yeah, I got turned obviously at turn 2 in the first race, which sent me to the grass, and then it was pretty good fun actually. Everyone's pretty respectful, so I was able to come back pretty hard. And then second race, same thing again. I had to drive pretty hard, back to I think 6th or 7th, and then that race then was not too bad either. It was having a fight with the Beamers, which is always cat and mouse, and trying to set them up and play that game of chess. But yeah, good to be on the podium for a change.
Yes, it's you've done really well. Grabbed third there in that field. And Neville Mell, a second in race 3, but that was a top effort to hang in with Jack for as long as you did in race 3.
I think he was playing with me.
Jack doesn't do those sort of things. We know Jack too well. No, take the credit. That was a real drive in race 3. Obviously, Jack is, as we call him, an alien. But no, I thought that was probably one of the best drives I've seen you put up. So well done for second spot. And,
yeah, thanks, mate. It was a lot of fun.
And of course, Jack, the alien Boyd. 3 from 3, Jack.
Yeah, it was a pretty good night. Apart from there was a bit of a crash in race 2, which took out a few of the front guys, and I think Hobbo turned into a helicopter there. But Yeah, apart from that, it was really good. I think track's definitely challenging, so it was good to see relatively clean racing. And yeah, well done to Nev. It was a good race up the front. Definitely wasn't playing with him. He had genuine pace tonight, so yeah, well done to him.
And
Thanks, Sporty.
back in so Group B, it in second place it was actually Jake. You actually won the third race. Am I right?
Yeah, we pinched the win off Dean on the last couple of corners.
I thought I looked at it and I think Dean mentioned it while we were off air. Obviously, we're back on air now, but I did notice that, as Dean alluded to, that you had a couple of Group A cars, and I mentioned it on the broadcast that it was going to get interesting because, obviously the idea is to try and let the Group A boys through, but they can sometimes open the door, and it looks like you've taken full advantage of that. So well done. There's nothing wrong with that. That's racing, and if the door opens, you've got to take it. So well done there.
Yep. Yeah, I was just lucky. I had no idea he was up there until he started letting the cars through, and then I was like, oh no, I've got to start turning it up.
No, it was a good race, race 3. And Dean Logsdale, second in race 3, but managed to grab a couple of wins in race 1 and 2, I think, Dean. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I got a bit lucky on the start. So a few of the A-class boys spun out, and that created a bit of a gap, and I was able to hang on the back of that train for most of the race in the first 2, and then last one was pretty much the same. But I made a couple of little mistakes, and I thought I'd do the right thing and let the A-class boys by when I did. But I knew that was going to set me up for a bit of a last lap battle with Jake, and yeah, he done me. So it looks like he's the man I got to catch in the championship anyway. So it's good to race with him.
Oh, it's good to see you boys up the front and having a good, decent battle. And in Group C, we got Jeff Connell with us, who joined for the first time tonight. Baptism of fire in the Rumble, but well done, Jeff. Picked up a win there in Group C.
Yeah, cheers. I didn't even realise I was chose to start at the back tonight. Had some fun passing cars, so yeah, it was good. Pace was all right. Sort of surprised myself. So yeah, it was good fun racing with this group. Got crashed in the first race. It sort of ruined it after I'd passed a lot of cars, but no, in general, it was awesome fun. I loved it.
You know, it's always hard finding your spot especially with such a big grid of cars, but I'm sure, I think next week we're actually going to Daytona, which will spread things out a little bit, should make things a little bit easier for people, hopefully. So, all right, just before we close off, we'll run through some thank yous. We'll start again with Glenn Boyd in third in Group A. Anyone you want to thank, Glenn?
Yeah, there's a few people I want to thank. I want to thank, I've got some special people watching tonight, so thank you to them. And I'd also like to thank the tireless effort of the admin, who I know go through a lot of crap. I just want to let you know that I'm here each week with you boys. I see what goes on, but it is good fun. Let's keep doing it. Let's just get everyone better and driving well and having fun. And yeah, thanks very much.
There is a reason why I now sit in the broadcast, Glenn, even though I'm not very good at it. I wouldn't survive out on track. I know my limitations, and past experience has told me that I'm safer in here.
Practice sessions only for you then.
And in second place, Neville Mel. Anyone you want to thank, Nev? Oh, still with us, Nev? It looks like Neville's left. Jack, what about you?
Yeah, just echoing the old boys' comments. Just yeah, I know you guys are probably going to cop a bit tonight, but yeah, it's just a tight track, and hopefully everyone can just press on for next week, just have a bit of fun with it. And yeah, thanks to you for the broadcast tonight. I think it yeah, should be a pretty good watch.
It'll be interesting if nothing else. And Dean, you still with us? Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, obviously want to thank you guys for putting it on, you, Damo, and the boys, to all the time you put in. It's really appreciated. You know, we're all having fun. And I also want to thank Darren Linus, the champ from last year in the 2010 Mazdas. He's been helping me out a lot, so a bit of coaching. And I know my dad's watching this. He's 70, I think he's 73. He's young at heart, big motorsport fan as well. He just went and bought himself a rig this week. So he tried mine out. He's only a few seconds off, and hopefully he'll be in here too soon.
Oh, that we look forward to that because I'm always happy to have somebody that may or may not be older than me. I will not confirm or deny that, but it's always good to have somebody that's around the same age group.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
And finally, Jeff, anyone you want to say thank you to?
No sponsors matter, just one man band. But yeah, just thanks to you guys for running it. It's a fun series, so I'll try and do a few more races. It was awesome fun.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you back out on track, especially for the rest of the season. And it looks like we've been joined tonight by one of our race directors, Damien Damo Sieg. Damo, you got anything you want to add?
Hey. No, look, I don't. I think tonight was going to always be a testing night. I think we said that before it even started, and I can certainly say it was. It was definitely a testing night. But look, we had a lot of new guys, and Jeff's one of the new guys as well, you know, and you've done an outstanding job out there, man. Your pace was on point. I'll take it offline and have a chat to Greg about the Group C thing, mate. I think otherwise you may take that one outright, I'd say, with lap times like that.
Yeah, I was watching Damo, and as I said earlier, hours of changing a few boys around.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Especially the new guys. I mean, obviously they come
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
board. As Jeff pointed out, he hasn't raced for a while, but man,
No,
he's got some
definitely not.
speed.
Yeah.
So,
well, we don't know, and we can only do it, and it's the first race as well, so we can obviously need the test and try before we buy sort of setup. And obviously, I think it was David Milne who was going to offer some assistance in regards to showing the classes in iRacing, which I've said that we'll take him up on it, and sometime this week, Greg, we'll get together with Dave and, I don't know, go through some things he reckons that can be done. So if it can be done, I do agree it'll help out on track. But yeah, hopefully we can get there. But you know what? We're still forming this GT4, and this is one of our biggest seasons yet. And like Boydie said, Glenn, that is the wise one. we just need to stick to it and stick at it and just get better at what we do. Yep.
As I've said many times, I've found my place in the league. The league won't be going anywhere. There may be people that come and go, but we've got 65 people in the league currently, so there's always people looking to join. So to those that found tonight a little bit tough, my own recommendation would be probably suck it up. Next week, as I said, we're back on the bigger tracks. I never know when I set a calendar, but I've been accused in the past of changing my mind, so I've stuck to my guns. I did change the format to try and make it easier for everyone, but I make no apologies for tonight. I mean, it's you don't get to pick and choose your tracks in officials, and some we like and some we hate. I happen to love this track, even though I didn't get to race tonight. I raced the other night and thoroughly enjoyed it. So maybe I'm a bit selfish at times, but
racing was good.
I'm old, I'm retired, and I'm doing it my way.
That's it. Stick to your guns.
Look, I want a big shout out to Simrigs who have jumped on board sponsoring us. Well, we're starting to see some money go into the kitty. We've had a couple of boys jump in and buy some gear from Simrigs in the past week or so. We've got the code up there now for all the boys racing the league. If you're looking for some gear, get in touch with Simrigs. They'll look after you. More importantly, you're putting money back into our, and I'm sure come the end of the season we'll be able to negotiate and put up a fairly decent prize for one lucky racer. And that'll probably be somebody that doesn't complain too much. So there's a little hint, boys.
No, I'm out. I'm definitely out. Yeah.
That's why I was out from day one, because I do nothing but complain. So, but on that note, we might tonight and be back next week for some more fun for round 4. Until then, take it easy, and we'll